Okay, let's get started, guys. My name is Yenisbel Hernandez. I'm a BCABA. I just recently passed the test in May, and we're part of a group. I'm part of a group called ABA Exam Academy. It's a study group, and we're gonna cover today the 4th edition task list, section E, and I'm gonna focus more on the MO and what it all entails. So the disclaimer that we always read is this one, which helps everybody stay in an ethical behavior, ethically. It says, the ABA Exam Academy Study Group was created by and for students to earn their BCBA, BCABA certification. Most of the leaders and participants are not a BCBA, a BCABA at this time. So these meetings are meant to have active discussion, to collaborate, ask questions, and provide helpful suggestions to better understand the BACB 4th edition task list concepts. Due to this, it is important to know that all viewers and participants are responsible for verifying the accuracy of the information being provided in order to successfully prepare for the BCBA, BCABA exam. Basically, guys, please participate, answer questions, and just comment anything, even if it's in the chat. And double check everything we say here. Although I am very careful to write everything from the book, sometimes mistakes are made without us even realizing it. Other ethical considerations says refrain from sharing any BCBA, BCABA test questions during this meeting, or from sharing any paid resources that we have come across. And if we are sharing open resources or peer review articles or books, we do provide a credit to the people who wrote them. And our rules for the meetings is make sure to mute your microphones if you're not speaking. This will allow us to have a clear conversation and understanding of it. We are recording, so turn off your cameras if you don't wish to be recorded, and allow the leaders and all participants to turn to speak without interruption. Make sure to be respectful to others and refrain from using any inappropriate language throughout the meeting's time. Have fun. Guys, I don't mind the microphone on, really. We just created that rule because sometimes there's a lot of things going on in the back and it's hard for us to understand each other. So if you want to leave it on and just make sure there's nothing going on in the back, that'll be fine. Okay, the Cooper book is the one that I used, and Mayer, and the questions were created by me. Okay, let's get it rolling, guys. MO, it stands for motivating operation. What is the definition from your words? I'll help you a little, okay? So the definition is, let me give you two choices. Does it alter? Let me just give it to you because it's really long. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is what Cooper says, and I made a humongous amount of things here. So the whole thing is all based on what Cooper wrote right here. So basically, MO is a term for environmental variables that alters the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus. What do we mean by that? It means that for example, the desire for the thing that you want changes. And that's part one of the definition. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Part two of the definition, so MO, it's composed of two parts. Part two of the definition is, it alters the current frequency of all behavior that has been reinforced by that stimulus. For example, the behavior that you need to engage in to get the thing that you want, it's altered. Okay, guys, so I have a question, simple question for you, and this one you should know it. What does it mean when it says alters?
Changes
if you're
the
shy,
value.
write it in the chat and somebody can help me.
Changes the value.
Yes. So it changes the value, right? It changes the value or the behavior or the stimulus. So it can increase or decrease, right? Okay, so Taking down the consideration, it can increase or decrease, but alters is like the general term, and under the term comes decrease or increase. We agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now this one is easy. What goes under motivating operations? The one that refers to increase,
EO.
EO, and the one that refers to decrease,
AO.
AR.
AO.
AO.
Okay, let me see what other question I had. Okay, so what part of the definition that we have here would go with establishing operation? What would you change in that definition? I'll give you a clue. You will only have to change one word.
Is it value altering and behavior altering?
Is it no? Well, yeah, it's the word alters. So if you're gonna write the definition here for establishing operation, what would you change?
Evoke.
Instead of alters, you would do what?
Increase.
Increase.
Increase. Yes.
Yes. So that's what I want you to get today, and we're gonna review it over and over again. Basically, it's exactly the same definition as motivating operation. The only difference is in this case, it's only when it's increasing, but it still requires the two part of the definition. Are we following it? Okay, now that that was easy, let's do what's the definition for abolishing operation. What would we change in the definition?
Decrease.
So you would change alters from alters to decrease, right? Yes, I wrote it down, but it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so the next one is establishing operation has two. Who can tell me the two that they are?
Value and behavior altering.
Yes, good, thank you. And behavior, since you guys are good at this one, so which one would be a AKA for establishing operation behavior altering effect? This is, you don't have to know it, but this one is just a plus. Would it be ablative effect or evocative effect?
Evocative effect.
Evocative effect.
Yes, good job, guys. So value altering effect, that goes to establishing operation, and behavior altering effect, and that goes with establishing operation, and the AKA is evocative effect. So what's happening here in abolishing operation? What is the two?
You still have the same thing, value and behavior,
What
except
would
it's
change?
evasive.
Nice, guys. Okay, so here's the thing. Here we have a MO, right? So that's the big umbrella. And here we already have the definition for this one. We already know that the only thing that changes is the increase. So let's focus on establishing operation. What would change in this, what part of this definition would go with value altering effect? I'm gonna read it for you again, okay? Increases the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus, or increases the current frequency of all behavior that has been reinforced in that stimulus, by that stimulus, I'm sorry. We're talking about value altering effect.
Number one increases the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus.
That's Kelly, right? Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you, Kelly. Yes, you are correct. Okay, perfect. So now can you see how they're all like they're all together, but basically they're different parts of, or you can break down the definition and see how the definition goes with different, I don't know if I'm clear with that one, but okay, so the next one is behavior altering effect. Which part of the definition goes with behavior altering effect?
Increases the current frequency of all behavior that has been reinforced.
Perfect, Alvarez. Thank you. There you go. Oh, sorry. I messed it up. I put it at the last. But you're correct. You're correct. And for value altering, it's okay that I put it because it's still the same thing that Kelly already said. The only difference is in this case, when it's abolishing, the value altering effect will decrease, right?
Yes.
So there we go. That's what Alvarez said. And the other one is the same one. Okay. So why did I do it like this? It's a little messy at the end, right? That's why I put it little by little, because I want us to see it all together to be able to then differentiate them. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now this is just a refresher. Value altering effect and behavior altering effect. And here we still have the same definition for the umbrella, which is the MO. And so let me ask you the question. Where's the question? Let me see, I think I wrote it here. Okay, which part of the definition covers value altering effect? Again, is it alters the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus or alters the current frequency of behavior that has been reinforced by that stimulus?
Alters the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, and the other one, I think it's going to be easy for you guys because it's already there. Which part of the definition covers value altering effect? I just want somebody to say it just to participate a little bit. Is it alters the current frequency of whole behavior that has been reinforced by that stimulus? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, yes. You got it, you got it. Okay, why am I repeating the same thing here? Because of the thing that I want you to realize is in this one is, wait, let me see, maybe I have the other question. Yeah. Is it saying anything about increasing or decreasing in the definition, guys? Read the definition. Is it saying anything about, no. So that's why you need to know when you're answering the mock questions. This is why I'm doing this. You need to see what is it that they're saying. Are they saying words similar to alters or changes, or is it saying something more like increasing or decreasing? And from there, you can start making connections and canceling the ones that don't go in the questions. So when do we know if it is increasing or decreasing in the question? Well, when it has something about establishing operation or abolishing operation, right? Okay, I'm gonna say it again. So when they're talking about value altering effect by itself, is it telling you that it's increasing or decreasing?
You mean increasing or decreasing the behavior?
Yes, the behavior. I'm sorry. Yes, let me finish.
Just check.
I'm trying to focus on the key words. But yes, you're right. Let me finish. Let me say it correctly. It's in value altering effect. When you're seeing it in a question, would it be saying anything about just by itself? Would it be saying increasing or decreasing the behavior, the current frequency of that behavior in that moment?
It doesn't change the behavior if it's value altering necessarily.
Not the, oh my God, I keep getting, thank you. It's the alter the reinforcing effect of a stimulus. So my point is, the value altering effect doesn't say anything about it by itself, it only alters it. It doesn't say anything about increasing or decreasing the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus. And yes, you're right. I'm saying it so fast that I got confused. So, and why am I making that point is because it needs to be accompanied by establishing operation for us to be able to differentiate it. That's all I'm trying to say. So this is the same thing that we already went through. Okay, let's work on fluency. I'm gonna slow down now because I'm going too fast and I made a mistake by going too fast. Okay, guys. So establishing operation, it increases or decreases the behavior and the current frequency. Oh, let me read it so I can make sure that I'm saying it right. Or alters the or increases or decreases the reinforcement effectiveness of the stimulus. Establishing operation, increases or decreases?
Increases.
Increases.
Increases in the current frequency.
Yes. This one is repeated, I think. Let me just give it to you. So what's the AKA for behavior altering effect, guys?
Evocative effect.
Evocative behavior altering evocative effect.
Nice job. Okay, so here I just put it for us to match the definition with the one that goes. So by now I said it so many times that you know it. An increase in the current frequency of behavior that has been reinforced by the stimulus that is altered in effectiveness by the same MO. Which one is that one? You gotta pick from these four.
Establishing operation, yeah, like she said.
Behavior altering effect, because they're talking about behavior.
Yes. So you see, I'm glad you said that, guys, because that's exactly what I was trying to go at, that we need to be specific. If it's establishing operation, what parts, it would have the two parts of the definition. You see what I'm saying? If it's behavior altering effects, it will only have this part of their definition.
What?
Maybe I'm going too fast.
I know, I get what you're saying now.
If the
Okay.
definition's talking, in that case, it's an increase in the current frequency of behavior. So what she's trying to say is by seeing the word behavior in there, so you know it's corresponding to behavior altering effect, not value altering effect.
Yes, that's what I'm going at. Yes, thank you.
And is evocative always behavior? It's not value? And same thing for evative. It's not about the value, it's only about the behavior?
Yes.
Ah.
Well, wait, evasive? No, evasive is the behavior.
It's also the
actual
behavior.
behavior.
Yeah, and evocative is about the behavior. It is not, those two words, those AKAs are not used when it's value altering. It's only when it's behavior altering.
No.
And also a way to remember them, at least for me, when I look at, I say A go with A, E go with E.
Yes.
So evasive, it's abolishing, and then if you think evocative is establishing. E with E, A with A.
Yeah, that's why I highlighted it. Thank you, guys. So here's the definition of MO, and here's why. Because value altering effect only goes with the one that alters the reinforcement effectiveness of a stimulus. And the part of behavior altering effect, or it only alters the current frequency of all behavior that has been reinforced by that stimulus. And when you go into the nitty gritty of which one goes with establishing operation and abolishing operation, then the same thing would be, it would just change alters to decrease or increase.
So another way to look at it, when you think of all of those, obviously, if you're thinking about establishing, if you say EO is always increasing, AO is decreasing. So now we get that taken care of. And then when you look under value altering effect or behavior altering effect, if you look at the definition, the one that's talking about behavior, that's your kind of your clue. They're talking about behavior altering effect, not value altering effect, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the clue is the ones that I keep highlighting. The clue is value altering effect is something that is talking about stimulus. Behavior altering effect is talking about behavior.
Correct.
And when you want to know, is it EO or AO, then you're going to look at that plus, is it increasing or is it decreasing? But we're going to practice more. The fluency, we already covered this. Let me just go through it fast. Okay, so here's the one that you said first. Let's go to the second one. A decrease in the current frequency of behavior that has been reinforced by the stimulus that is altered in effectiveness by the same MO.
Behavior altering evative effect.
Nice, I like the way you said it. Yeah. Guys, here's the thing. In the test, I thought it was only gonna be like scenarios, and I saw we need to remember that we also need to memorize definitions. So that's why I keep repeating the definitions, even though sometimes we like to make it simpler, like say it in our own words. But now I want to do both. I want to say things in my own words, but also say what Coupe says word by word, because I want us to start getting used to that. Okay, the next one is an increase in the current reinforcing effectiveness of a stimulus. Increase in the current reinforcing effectiveness.
Establishing.
It's value altering of a
Value altering.
establishing operation under
Exactly.
establishing.
So remember, Maud, you need to say both. Yes, it is not just establishing, it's also establishing operation.
Question value altering effect.
The value altering effect. Good. A decrease in the current reinforcing effectiveness of a stimulus.
Abolishing operation.
Value altering effect.
Good.
Behavior.
Guys, and if I had here an alteration or alters or changes in the current reinforcing effectiveness of a stimulus, what would it be?
Say that again.
Just value altering effect. It would be the definition
Yes.
for that term on its own.
Yes, perfect. You got it. So what I said was, instead of decrease, I would use words like alter or change or modification or something in the current reinforcing effectiveness of a stimulus. Which one is it? Is it value
altering
effect or value altering effect with abolishing operation? You said it. Was it Tricia? Tricia, you said it?
Yes, value altering effect.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so the tip is one that we already sort of said it, but when the question is referring to the stimulus, how the current reinforcing effect of the stimulus, for example, food, is increasing or decreasing, what would be the answer?
Value altering effect.
Value. Yes, you said it. When the question is referring to the behavior, how the current frequency of the behavior of obtaining that stimulus, for example, the behavior of getting the food, increases or decreases due to the thirst or satiation, then the answer is
Behavior
Altering effect.
behavior altering effect. So here, if I only had increase, what would it be?
EO.
If I had the whole thing, but to that I would put increase, what would it be? You want me to read it again and just change the word?
Yes,
Here.
can you read it again, Yenny?
Yes, I'm going to keep it. When the question is referring to behavior, listen, only behavior, how, for example, how the current frequency of the behavior of obtaining that stimulus, for example, the behavior of getting the food increases, you're more likely to do that, to engage in that behavior due to the thirst that you have. What is that?
So will that be an EO behavior altering effect?
Yes. EO with behavior altering effect. And that one, guys, has an AKA. Which one is it?
Evocative.
For
No, abolishing.
It's for increasing. So increasing.
Evocative.
Altering effect.
Yes, the E with the E. Yes. Okay, I think we're getting it. I slowed down. So that was good. Okay, we're ready. This one is just for us to relax a little about all of that tenseness. Okay, 9 main unconditional motivating operations for humans. So I put 11. I'm gonna tell them and you call out which are the 2 that don't belong in the group, okay? Food deprivation, water deprivation, sleep deprivation, oxygen deprivation, social deprivation, becoming too warm, becoming too cold, activity deprivation, sex deprivation, increasing pain, and emotional distress.
Number 5 and number 11.
5 and 11.
5 and 11, yes.
5 and 11. That was fast, guys. 5 and 11. Good, you have it memorized. This is going to help out a lot in the test. Okay, let's go to the other ones. This one are the 3 subtypes of CMOS. Who wants to call them out?
CMOT, CMOS, and
CMOR.
Thank you. So, see, so this one, it would be, in other words, it would be surrogate MO, reflexive MO, and transitive MO, okay? So who can tell me in their own words the definition for surrogate? Surrogate MO. It's hard, so it's okay if you don't know
Okay,
it.
let me try.
Go
Let me
ahead.
try. I think it's the pairing of motivating operation of two stimuli. I think at the end, the neutral stimuli will act as its own motivating operation.
Good, I agree with you. But actually, as a matter of fact, I think I wrote it here by mistake. I put it in the wrong order. So I'm gonna hold to you with that. I agree with that. Does everybody agree with that definition?
yes.
Okay, yes. And what's the key word, guys, there that we like?
Pairing.
Pairing, yes, that's the key word. So who wants to say reflexive MO?
Reflexive is pretty much talking about something like a warning, something worsening or getting better.
Okay, and transitivity? Transitive MO. It's important that we recognize the difference because transitivity is something completely different. Transitive MO.
Isn't that talking about a tool you need to fix a problem?
It's when you need something extra to complete whatever it is that you want to do.
Perfect. So guys, that is our own words, right? So I wanted, like I said, I wanted to put the definitions. But let me see, because I made a copy and I realized that I put the wrong order because I had it in the wrong order for us to do arrows, and then I changed my mind. A condition or object that acquires the effectiveness as an MO by presiding a situation that either is worsening or improving. Is this correct or incorrect here?
It's incorrect. That's
Incorrect.
reflexive.
What goes there?
Reflexive.
Reflexive.
Good, guys. A stimulus that has acquired its effectiveness by accompanying some other MO and has come to have the same value altering and behavior altering effects as the MO that it has accompanied. Correct or incorrect?
Incorrect. That's
Incorrect.
surrogate.
That's surrogate.
Nice, guys. An environmental variable that establishes or abolishes the reinforcing effectiveness of another stimulus and thereby evokes or abates the behavior that has been reinforced by that other stimulus.
That's
Correct
good.
or incorrect?
Positive.
Correct.
So I like the past the big ABA exam tips underneath each one. I don't know if you guys have the book, but this is how I remembered them. So the exam tip under the surrogate is, in your exam question, is a pairing process described? If so, then they have it under surrogate, right? Then you automatically know. And under the exam tip for reflective, it says, in your exam question, is there an aversive event being described as coming soon? This is how I remember it, all of them, so that when I look at the questions, I think automatically what question is being asked, and then I automatically know which one. And then the transitive tip that they gave for the exam is, in your exam question, is a scenario describing wanting a certain object, but something is blocking access to it, and the person needs to engage in problem-solving behavior. And that's like how I memorize all of them.
Thank you. That's how I look at it as well, and that's how it helps us. And that's why I put it here. Thank you. So exactly what she said. So an aversive event coming soon or something improving, that one we already know that goes with. Let's do fluency, guys.
Reflexive.
Yes. And the other one that she said.
Jenny, I'm sorry, I can't see that because the tiny little, yeah
I'm trying to get it out as well. Pairing process that is happening. What is that?
Oh, sorry, a surrogate. Sorry, I didn't realize you had written them down.
No, it's okay. I stay quiet because it's good that you're talking about it. It means that we're in the same wavelength. It's good. Okay, and the last one is?
Transitive.
In the wait, if the person is to engage in problem solving, like you said, it's transitive. Good. So those are the tips that we gave here, and they gave also, and I'm sure the other books also have said it. Okay, time for your favorite part of the Zoom. What is it, guys? Mock questions. Are you ready?
Yay.
I know, I can hear that excitement. Come on, guys, we can do better. Come on. Who's gonna give a cheer? Ready? Go. Woo, 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 woo. Look at the dog. Even the dog is happy.
He's happy.
Okay. Let's breathe it in. Let's breathe it out. This one is long, and it's long for a purpose. Okay? I'm gonna read it. After running a mile in the PE field, Jenny is thirsty. She sees a water fountain next to the locker room. Jenny runs to the water fountain and drinks some water. This is the way you should be reading your test. Jenny drinks water for 40 seconds and now appears to be happy because she drank all the water she needed. When she finishes drinking water, her friend Sophia brings her a bottle of cold water. Jenny tells her friend that she doesn't want the bottle of water. When Jenny is thirsty, the thirst, okay, this is the question, guys. When Jenny is thirsty, the thirst in this scenario is probably functioning as what? AO, EO, Punisher, SD, MO.
MO.
Ammo.
And E.
Yeah, oh.
Let me get my,
MO.
so I have one for MO.
Oh, there's more than one ammo. I'm ammo as well.
EO.
So I have two for MO. I have, how many for EO?
3 for MO.
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 And 1 for
EO. MO.
More MO.
All day.
Who said EO? One person said EO, right?
I said EO, Claudia.
Claudia, okay. So
I said EO also.
Claudia and Natalie, is that the way I pronounce your name? Okay.
Natalie said MO.
Okay, MO?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, okay, I have, but, okay, let me conclude. We have a bunch for MO. I lost count. Let's say five.
Someone on the chat said EO too.
And we have about 3 for EO. So what is, let's focus here. There's a lot of information in the scenario. We know that. What are we going to focus on?
On her being thirsty.
The question. When
On the question. What is the question? What is the key words in the question, guys? What are the key words in the question?
The thirst.
The function.
Functioning as.
The functioning. The probably function.
Okay, so if we're talking about thirst, where are you gonna look in the scenario? Are you gonna look at the top? Are you gonna look at the bottom when she, you know, when she was offered water or when she was drinking water?
Well, it tells you when Yenny is thirsty.
Thirsty.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Thirsty.
Only on what question? So you're only gonna focus on what the question is asking, and the keywords you already said it. So the answer is EO. Who wants to say yes? Yes, Maud. Yes, Maud.
She's decreasing.
I want you To explain to me. Who said EO? Who wants to explain it? Go ahead.
I said EO.
Go ahead, Claudia.
Well, EO is a motivating operation. It's just more specific, and you have to go for the more specific answer.
Yes.
I learned that earlier today.
Yes. Remember in the beginning when I went through all the little bit boring definitions? That's what I was getting at. EMO, it has the general, but then you have more and more and more specific. Do you remember how, you know, different parts of the definition would go with different things? That's exactly what's happening here. In this case, it's no longer using alters or changes. It's using something more specific. What is it using? It is increasing or decreasing.
Decreasing.
But in this case, it's
increasing.
increasing.
The thirst was increased.